Sevens Rugby takes centre stage in South African sport this weekend as the Blitzbokke, they take on the world at the Cape Town Sevens. While over in England, it's a weekend of derbies as Manchester United host Manchester City, while Everton travel to Liverpool in the Merseyside derby to preview all the matches. We have some pundits here from the Pundits.co.za. These journalists, Ryan Wallace and Keegan Kruger, join me in studio. So, gents, how's it going? Feeling good?
Good.
I see we're thinking inside the Blitz box today. This is very good.
It's Block Friday.
Always. So Cape Town Sevens, last year we saw England take the prize. I mean, it was bitterly disappointing. But I think that the boys, after winning in Dubai, surely there's something different. There's a mix that Neil Powell can put into play, especially in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, I think last year was a bit unfortunate. I think everyone expected us to win. We were in form at the time, as we always seem to be. And hopefully the boys can pull it off this time.
No, absolutely, because some tough opposition. If I look at it, I mean, we are up against Russia, France and Kenya. If you take a look at our bouts over there in terms of history, what do you think is the most challenging?
I think Kenya is probably the most challenging. I think they've proven that they can upset anyone in the tournament, or especially in sevens. But it'll be a nice little it's a nice group to sort of get your rhythm and get going. I think it'll be very important for them just to get a good basis, just like they did in Dubai, and really get stronger as the tournament goes on.
Because, you know, the Blitzbokke, I mean, there's some nice combinations there as well. I know Neil Powell's been experimenting, bringing some of the youth through as well. And it's so important to have that type of grassroots coming through and ensuring that the future of Cape Town Sevens, or should I say the Sevens Rugby, is, intact. So looking at some of the younger players, anybody to look out for on the team, I mean, beyond the fact that Wallace is probably going to just kind of light up the stage.
I think a big one is Noche, who's just coming obviously from the 15-man game, would be one to look at. I'm excited to see him. I mean, it's the first time he's really in the seven setup, so I'm really looking forward to see what he can bring. Other than that, I mean, I guess the Kwagga Smiths of the world is back into the team. You've got I'm happy to see Africa back and fit again. I mean, I know it's probably his last series, and very interested to see what he can bring to the table, and especially because last year he missed last year. So there's a few old stalwarts that I would like to see, that I'm really excited to see back into the team. But other than that, I think it's a very, very balanced side from Neil Powell.
Well, it's going to be a fantastic weekend. In fact, we take on Russia at around 12:49, as well as France at 4:10, and then at 8:04 we take on Kenya, some of the, more challenging teams in our group. Now, let's move on to England for a second, because as you know, it's a massive derby weekend in the English Premier League. We start off with the Manchester derby, because Jose Mourinho, I mean, he's not going to let this go, because it does look like Pep Guardiola has a bit of a pip on the title. But let's take a look, profile this match for a second. I mean, who's your money on?
My money, if you consider the current form and the fact that Pogba is not playing, I think it has to be on City. I think both teams have a lot to play for. The managers have been rivals for years. Obviously, the teams have been rivals for years. There's also the fact that City's looking to win or beat the record by going 14 games on the trot with wins. United, if they win, break their own home unbeaten record. So, there's a lot going for this game.
It's going to be an absolutely sensational weekend. Gents, thank you so much for joining us here. We've got a whole lot of profiles, I must just say, Merseyside derby coming up, as well as a couple of other fixtures in the English Premier League. It's going to be a weekend of sporting action not to be missed. But thanks a lot to our pundits today, gentlemen, from the Pundits.co.za.